Look familiar? Yeah, didn't think so. Oh, how about this? Recognize the parking lot? All right. Never mind. In my quest to revisit some of the places I've been to before, and explored, to an extent. Let's say as I begin to recycle, perhaps, through many of the places I once visited here in and around Knoxville, and visit places, do more of a deep dive into places that I wanted to explore further, in parks, trails, forests, and the like. I am now back here at Red Bluff, I think it's called, wilderness area off the Cherokee Trail. If you remember, I think it was last year sometime, through Scottish Pike and up the Cherokee Trail. It was very steep and very littered with a lot of car trash being tossed on the sides of the road and such. And Fort Higley, that did not have a mailbox and turned out to be a fort and not a private home, as I worried about when I first came upon it at the summit of Cherokee Trail. I am back here today at the Red Bluff wilderness area here, to take the road not taken last time. My quest last time was to get to the bluff, and I did that. And the payoff was phenomenal, with a fantastic view of the Tennessee River below, and the University of Tennessee, and Knoxville in the distance. But I don't know if I put this in the post or not, but as I was, headed towards the bluff, trying to find the bluff, which fortunately a young man I stumbled upon here that morning gave me the directions, and aim was true. There was a sort of a fork in the road down the way here that I did not take, and upon further investigation, I found, well, I'm not sure what I found. I checked with the Google Maps, and there is a trail separate than the one that leads to the bluff. Now, the other trail that I want to take today leads down to the Tennessee River, or it leads down this hill, close to the Tennessee River. So that's the trail I'm going to take today, here in the Red Bluff Wilderness. I don't know where it will lead, but I'm curious, because from Neyland, Greenway, looks like there's some sort of ruins up here somewhere. Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's any sort of path, at least from what I could see from the greenway below, that there's any sort of access to the river, but there does seem to be ruins in this hill area, and I'm going to find out what's what, hopefully today, as I take the road I didn't travel last time I was here. But fortunately, I'll now have the opportunity to do so. Why? Because I'm staying with a neighbor. You know, I do this to get away from the neighbors. I do this for a sense of free will, a little bit of control in a life that seems controlled by a whole lot of people I don't know, and I probably will never see again in my life. I've come to that fork in the road. That's to the Bluff. And this is the path to the other trail. Now, you may say, oh, that darn winter. But I've seen this crap before. It's not nature made. It's mother's little helper made. This is dumping. I think the I don't know what they have here. Park service, crap service. You know, this is sheer dumping here. That whoever cares for the places are now trying to control the routing here. These have all been dumped. They're not. You know, I saw this in Connecticut, oddly enough. Well, no, actually, considering, but along the Connecticut River, along the channel, the water channel, and the path leading from Weathersfield Cove in Connecticut to the Connecticut River. It seemed the boys there put up just a big old log jam of, you know, old branches, logs, and leaves here along the pedestrian path there to make it next to impossible to get to the Connecticut River by foot. The only way was by boat. So let's see if any young men and or women have said, screw you. I'm gonna get to where I'm going one way or another. You know, like I said before, I think somewhere in one post, you know, this is fine for a teenager to, you know, to see them what themselves through here. Another for me, you know, it's a, you know, without breaking legs or ankles that the neighbors haven't gotten to yet, or, you know, re-breaking them perhaps. But there seems to be a path here, and there's the walking sticks through there, kind of. Let's give it a shot. No, I ain't gonna. Not exactly what I want to do at 8 in the morning. I've just hiked up Cherokee Trail. See, this is a trail. This is a legitimate trail. You know, much like the one in Connecticut, outside the cove, that, you know, the boys have just said, hey, screw you. You know, you're gonna have to get by us men, you know, or whatever, women, to continue on your trail. So I continue on my trail, or their trail. All right, further up the road, at the bend in the road, I guess, I see what mother and her boys were so concerned about here, and throwing down the gauntlets. And, you know, it's a fort. It's a boys' fort, as we called it in my day, a camp. Is where you can do things and with friends and mommy never needs to know about, or daddy. Aside from that, and a little footnote here, mother, I'm not sure why you didn't get the boys to paint over this, because all over the country, this sort of shenanigans are whitewashed. One of the amazing things I saw from coast to coast. It's not one city. It's, you know, I got family coming in. I got friends coming into this town. I do not want them to see this under the bridge when they go by from the airport. Anyways, so, but if you know me, I'm a stickler for like relics, things kind of lost in the woods, and, you know, why are they here in the woods kind of thing. Look at this. You got this wall, and it is a structure of some sort at one time was here. uh, uh, details in the bricks, seem to suggest that. And then you have the outline here of whatever structure it once was. I have no idea what that is. That is interesting. This is all right. This is outside the border along here. So I'm curious to know, like how that grew. It looks like a rock. Yeah, it's a rock, and perhaps it dates how old. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's odd. It's like, and also you have. It looks like, is that wood? Hmm. Let's see. It looks like wood. No, that is stone. Okay, so um, hallucinating again, I guess. But um, if you have this sort of thing here, whatever it was, how did this get there? You know, I don't know. It's strange, but it's one of the reasons why I love these places. Um, these sort of relics, kind of lost in the woods here. And it's, you have foundation. Um, you also have flooring. There's still some flooring left. That is cement. That's cement of some sort. But it's not natural. But yeah, it's some sort of structure. At some time was here. Uh, and it just makes me want to know what it was. It drives me nuts. You know, um, former site of this or that, and I'm happy. But all this does is lead me to wonder and question, and of course, neighbors are useless. It's gonna end up talking to yourself. Okay. Oh, what is that? All right. More stone. It's pretty large. It's quite large here. All right. Um, and here's the kicker. Cement. All right. It's all cement. From in front of whatever this was. Into the abyss. And that's the entire area here. That's the entire wilderness here. It's all one big, like, one huge cavern. You know, that the trail here, if you survive it, wraps around. Okay, so you go around that sort of cavern. Leaping into the unknown. I want to know what this is, but man, it's so cool.